Hey guys, I know these videos are short, um, but I have thoroughly enjoyed this going through the signs or the miracles that Jesus was able to perform, that John was able to record uh, through the gospel. So we're going to keep on going. So the third sign is different from the first two. The first one took place at a wedding that Jesus was informed of the need by his mother. The second one, which was the healing of the dying boy, Jesus was sought out by the boy's father. This time, we see Jesus seeking a man who had been crippled for 38 years. Jesus intentionally healed this man on the Sabbath day. The miracle was a challenge to the traditional religion, which was not effective. Jesus came as the divine light and life giver. The pool of Bethesda has been referred to as the house of mercy, house of portico, house of the olive, and house of the outpouring. For this crippled man, it had become a house of hopelessness. This is a clear indication of how empty the religious system in Jerusalem had become. When Jesus arrived, the pool containing 5 colonnades became the place of grace. Now let's talk about the pool for a minute. The pool was by the sheep gate where there was much traffic. People would enter the sheep gate with the sacrifices and would go toward the temple. The pool was a place of mercy, and there was no other help available for the ones who were there except a miracle. When the angel would bless the waters, the first one in would be healed. The problem with this is that this man was not able to move on his own. He was dependent upon others. Years of watching others receive their healing had left the man hopeless. He had no man to help him into the water. The man had to let go of his old identity as a sick man. He had to be willing to be healed. Jesus came to the man. We often hear people say the following: when I come to the Lord, truth is, we don't come to the Lord, but He comes to us. He came to this man. The man heard the word of Jesus and responded. The man got up, carrying his mat, and started walking. It was almost kind of like a Forrest Gump moment. He was walking, guys. I'm going to go for a walk now. Don't bother me. Just walking by faith. When the man was healed, it was on the Sabbath, and this is what the Pharisees of the time had a problem with, because it was unlawful to carry anything or do any kind of labor on the Sabbath. Jesus broke the law by healing the man on the Sabbath, and the man broke the law by carrying his mat. The man gave praise to Jesus because he was actually able to pick up his own mat and walk because Jesus had told him to do so. It was probably the highest form of praise, as he did the very thing Jesus had told him to do. Instead of folks being excited for the man, they criticized and persecuted him because he was breaking the law. Never mind that the law the man had been he, never mind the law the man had been healed by Jesus after being an invalid for 38 years. Sometimes people will not be happy for you. You have to endure persecution because of Jesus. They hated him, and they will hate us. The sign is to point to Jesus as the Messiah. That's the purpose of this sign, of this healing. Jesus is God in the flesh, and he touches the ones who need him. The man had no one to help him but Jesus and a friend of sinners and sufferers. The promise was that the man would never have to return to the pool as a sick man. Rise, take up your mat, and walk. He was healed and no longer had need of his place at the pool. Jesus said that he has come in his Father's name. He was sent by the Father, and he is equated with the Father. This brought even more trouble as Jesus cites Moses speaking of him. The religious Jews or Pharisees were outraged when they saw this man carrying his mat. Their anger was further fueled when they learned Jesus was the one who healed the man. In conclusion, guys, the healing occurred on the Sabbath day, and Jesus equated himself with God and referred to him as his Father. The Pharisees would not find satisfaction until the death of Jesus. Today, our satisfaction is because of the death of Jesus. He is the divine healer, and he seeks to heal the sick. As that is so true, as we are coming up on Easter in just a few weeks' time. You know, we celebrate the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ because he died for my sins and your sins. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know they're short, and I hope y'all have enjoyed them. I will see y'all in the next video.